Today's episode deserves a good quote. This is something Audrey Hepburn said, and it's a wonderful intro for today's podcast. Kindness Confidential: Secrets to a More Meaningful Life. She said, "For beautiful eyes, look for the good in others. For beautiful lips, speak only words of kindness. And for poise, walk with the knowledge that you are never alone." I love that quote. I wish I had said it. Meanwhile, though, let's dive into what I did say in Kindness Confidential: Secrets to a More Meaningful Life. Welcome to the Art of a Meaningful Life. It is my vision to see a world where creativity, compassion, curiosity, and connection are celebrated as essential to the human experience. Yeah, these aren't just fluff, they're required. And I'm so grateful for you joining me. My name is Carmen Davailus. Today's episode is Kindness Confidential: Secrets to a Meaningful Life. So kindness is that quality of being considerate, compassionate, and generous toward others. It involves intentional acts, things we say, words aimed at improving someone else's well-being or easing their burden, like making life a little bit easier for people, often without expecting anything in return. And I say, always without expecting anything in return. Kindness costs nothing, but means everything. I love that. At its core, kindness reflects empathy, respect, and a desire to create these positive connections in the world. We're going to talk about that. These connections might be ones that go on and on for a long, long time, good way, or might be really short term. I remember a time when my son was in kindergarten or so, and I would stop for a drink at a local convenience store on my way to work. But before I could even pull in for my morning coffee, my day began hours and hours before. I got up very early to shower and get ready for work, do my hair and makeup and all that. Then I woke up my son and got him ready for the day. So let's just say he wasn't always eager for this. And I don't blame him. It was early. It was really early. It wasn't so much a fun time. But then we had breakfast, and this was our time to visit, and get ready for his day too, and, get things on the right track. Then we had this long morning commute in big traffic. So an hour or so after leaving our home, I pulled into the convenience store for my coffee. And there was a clerk who always greeted me every day and, had something really kind and generous to say. And I reciprocated, and it got to be our routine. This couldn't have lasted more than a few seconds, right? But that little bit became this really important part of my day. So be the reason someone smiles today. You just never know what it'll mean to them. And I kind of regret that I never said just what that meant to me every day, because it really meant a lot. So that was our number one. Connection and kindness go hand in hand. Okay, so now for number two, I need to bring in a tiny bit of chemistry. So bear with me, because this is really kind of important. And it's not really chemistry, I was just kind of leading on there. But acts of kindness release oxytocin. Oxytocin is the love hormone, which reduces stress, lowers our blood pressure, boosts overall well-being. We feel really great, we can do anything. In fact, it's kind of makes us feel young. Studies show that both giving and receiving kindness increase serotonin and dopamine. And these are the chemicals that enhance happiness. Now, most of our medications, prescribed medications for anxiety and depression, actually impact these very chemicals in our brains. Now, this is not the place I'm going to give you medical advice. This is not. I'm just saying a little bit of kindness goes a very long way. Kindness, the language everyone understands. I don't know. I just love these little quotes, so we'll just go. Okay, so for number three, consider this. What if you were kind to yourself, and instead of those negative Nelly thoughts that we have going around, and you do, we all do, And instead, you get to be your own hero. Mel Robbins has written and talked a lot about how we talk to ourselves. And her book, The High Five Habit, reminds us about the thoughts we allow to linger and how we can change these. If they're negative Nelly thoughts, we can change these for ourselves. So even if you practice a lot of self-love and self-care, this is a very interesting book and a really interesting topic, and many have actually written about it. She just gives kind of a quick, easy habit that you can embrace. So we may think, can't really control our thoughts, right? But we can control what we choose to hang out with. Just like we can create a river of happy chemicals and mood boosters, we can think and say things to really bring ourselves down. So our thoughts actually change our body's chemistry for the better or for the worse. And stress, by the way, really does age us. Stress is how we think about stuff, right? So I think this might be something we all learned in kindergarten, but it bears repeating. Be kind to yourself and to others. And I'll just add a little Carmen in there and just say it's free and it's easy. Okay, our third and final part here is kindness is contagious. Now, this is a big part of why I created this podcast. Like I said in the beginning, about creating a movement where creativity and kindness and compassion and having meaning are looked upon as being essential. But I'm going to also have some amazing guests here to share their story. So it won't always be all about me, but that's okay. Because you know what? These things we're talking about, not an option. Has to happen. Has to happen. I sure hope you heard something here that will echo with you as well. Go forth, be kind to yourself and those around you. And I'll see you next week.